All right. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How's it going, everyone? This is Frankie Cavone, and we are live from the office. Thank you for tuning to episode 10 of Live from the Office, presented by Mirth Films. As all of you know, you can watch it live like you are right now on Facebook and YouTube, and you can also listen to it on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. For episode 10, we're here with a very, very special guest, near and dear in everybody's hearts in the capital region, Madison VanDenburg.
Hello.
How you doing, Madison?
I'm doing good. I'm so excited. This is what you said, the first episode of 2021.
First episode of 2021.
An honor. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for coming on. And I got to ask, how's 2021 been so far? It's only been 2 weeks. Are you feeling optimistic?
Listen, I honestly looked at the date yesterday and I was like, we are already 2 weeks into this year. Oh my God. I'm trying to stay optimistic.
That's good.
Yeah, on to another year. Hopefully things start to look up soon.
I'm hoping so too. And, we put this, virus to the dust. I mean, it's great just that there's so many advancements with what we know about this virus and just, even the vaccine. But forget all that stuff. So you are already off on a roll. You've just released Roller Coaster Ride.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the song and just about, just the writing process behind it. I know you self-produce everything, right? For the most part?
I had just released a single back in December called 18, and that one I had totally self-produced. And then this one, Roller Coaster Ride, which just came out January 10th.
Okay.
I had worked with a writer and a producer, and the writer and producer was Pat Gasparini, and the recording engineer was Randy Pascarella, and they actually produced this song, and came in on the track, and I was like, this is like such a bop, like what an interesting song, like the guitar riff was crazy dope, it was so awesome.
It's a great song.
Thank you. Yeah, and so we recorded it, and I was just like, this is epic, and so I'm so excited that it's finally out. I can't, people just, I don't know, the feedback has been really, really awesome, so
that's great.
It's been awesome.
So I gotta ask, are they local, the producers, or?
Well, they were up in Poughkeepsie area.
Oh, up in Poughkeepsie,
so,
okay.
They weren't that far, like an hour and a half to the studio when we went and stuff.
Nice.
So
New York State, yeah. That's cool. Awesome. And I gotta ask, when you're writing, especially now, you're producing singles, is it a different time where, have you thought about doing a full-length album if you haven't done it already, or is it the singles the way to go as a solo musician and just singer-songwriter?
I've asked myself the same thing, whether we should put out an album or a single and what the best way to go about that is. But
yeah,
honestly, for me right now, what's making sense is just releasing singles, and we have plans to record a full album and an EP and stuff like that. So we definitely have lots and lots of music coming. But I think right now, especially with me trying to get into the groove of producing my own stuff and recording it all by myself and stuff like that, it takes a little bit more time than I anticipated. So singles, I think, will be the way to go for a little while until I can learn how to be more efficient with producing and recording and stuff.
Well, it sounds like you already are off, like I said, on a roll. Before we even started the podcast, you were kind of just filling me in with just some of the background things that you have to do as a solo artist, like you're creating your own marketing. Is it hard to focus on that while trying to produce new stuff, or is it great just interacting with fans and getting that feedback?
I would say, recently I added on to the team my manager Adrian, and he has helped take the load off the marketing and all the business side of stuff. Whole bunch. Great. Yeah, but I still like to be a part of that too. So like you said, we were talking about, I really love to make the graphics, and if I can make the videos and stuff and have a hand in that, I always love doing that stuff. And I would say it's hard when it gets to a point where there's a deadline for a song and you're also oh shoot, gotta post on Instagram 3 times a day today, and it gets very, very overwhelming. But as long as you just kind of have to take a step back and be okay, well, this graphic's cool, I'm gonna post 1 a day, and just build up the habit of that, it gets easier, a lot less stressful, and just better to balance the business and the music. So I'm still learning where the balance is, but yeah.
Balance is hard. Balancing not only just those 2 aspects, but even just life with family, as being somebody who's hungry with their career like you are, that's something that I feel like all creatives have trouble with, is how much time do I spend here? How much time do I spend here? You know?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's the first time anybody's ever said that that's a common thing with, I guess, people who like to be creative. I don't know, because I struggle with that sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, deciding where to like, you know, spend time. It sounds so weird, but
it
you know,
does.
you understand. Like if you know, like it's just a weird, like I don't know. Concept.
Exactly. I mean, we're in a now world. In 2021, everybody, you know, wants to see what you're doing at all times of the day and keeping up to date. You know, it's like you said, posting on Instagram 3 times a day. Yeah, I mean, it's just posting, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I got to figure out what I'm going to say. What hashtags am I
Right.
adding,
And then like 20 minutes after, I still have to be responding to comments. If I, you know, like I
exactly.
feel that. See, you know, it's the struggle.
It's the struggle of being an artist. But just want to mention, guys, if you do have any questions for Madison, feel free to add them in the chat. And also, airing tonight at 7 p.m., we have Palace Sessions presented by the Palace Theater. Madison is one of the featured artists in episode, well, Palace Sessions 2.0. Just what can fans be excited about seeing your set of music?
For tonight, for the Palace Sessions,
yeah.
I would say... I have original songs in there that a lot of my fans have really, really loved that haven't been released yet. So I always love including those, and I did include those in the set list. And also, it's just epic because, first of all, it looks so cool. The Palace is an amazing venue, but I kind of grew up going to shows and seeing shows and stuff at the Palace. So to be there and even just doing like a live stream there or you know, recording there is literally epic, like blows my mind. So that's my connection to it. I'm sure like a lot of people in the area have been to the Palace. They know how cool it is. So it's just so cool. What an honor to be on the sessions, and I'm so excited. Y'all should be so excited. I'm so excited. Mariah and Sawyer, they're gonna be epic too. It's gonna be so great.
So are you friends with Sawyer and Mariah? And do you guys like communicate with each other for like feedback and just like advice or?
Yeah, well, I mean, Mariah and I like grew up, so we're like best friends, and her brother is one of my best friends.
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so we all went to the same school, like, and so I grew up with them, and I watched her as she, you know, started to play out and stuff. So she was a huge inspiration for me when I was a kid. And Sawyer, I actually met for the first time I think last year.
Oh wow!
And,
okay.
Yeah, he's just really chill dude, like really down to earth, really humble, and he's awesome. They're both amazing musicians, so you guys don't want to miss it. Okay, it's 7 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, check it out. 7 p.m. tonight on Palace Theater's YouTube and Facebook. All proceeds go to helping out the Palace and keeping the doors open. I know it means the world to them. They've expressed it to me many times that just having you guys, you're the shining stars of the Capital Region. So it's just, you know, got to represent local talent and you know. And just kind of taking things back a little bit, something that has been discussed before, which you'll see later in the Palace Sessions, just being an artist, especially a local artist, and trying to break out of your regional act. Like what goes through your mind when you're playing to 10 people on a Tuesday night and you have this urge of just wanting to, you know, be the most successful artist you can be? What gets you through? What got you through that part?
I would say, like, especially like having not a lot of, you talk about like not a lot of people in the audience, right?
Yeah,
like,
not a lot of people.
Yeah.
Just you know, especially in a world where there's so much out there, like making yourself as present as possible.
I would honestly, I mean, it's. I mean, if you know, you know, like, it's the whole thing is a struggle. It's a grind every single day, and like, if it's not your life, then it's probably even harder because, you know, you have to balance other things on top of it. But I would say what has really, really supported me, first of all, like, just getting through that stuff and, like, being able to overcome self-doubt and, like, stuff like that is just having a support group around you. So like, literally just people who care about you. Like, that could be your parents and your siblings or anybody who's just, like, a positive light for you. Like, that is such an important thing for me to keep me motivated. And, like, in terms of just supporting, I guess, and getting out of that regional, you know, like you were saying, I would say, like, I have a group of fans who have been there, like, from the start, and they're just the bomb.com. Like, they just go so hard. They share everything. They comment on everything. Like, and it's just the coolest thing ever to start to form that relationship with people who you've never met before in your life, you know, like, it's crazy, but, like, yeah, it really comes down to the people that you surround yourself with and, like, you know, I don't know, just just being around good people, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like, especially early on in your career, the thing is, it's like, those are the people who you remember. The people who were there in the rough times and stuck with you and continued to support you. I mean, those are, to me, the most memorable people. And I mean, even what I do. And, but yeah, no, it's just fascinating because it's a strange world out there. And I mean, but, you know, luckily, like, people have the tools now to be able to get themselves out there.
Right.
Whereas in the past, it's like, okay, maybe I got to go through the regular steps of the process.
Yeah, the old way of doing it. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's really giving the people a voice. I mean, TikTok being one of them. I mean, do you utilize that app?
I mean, I just posted something last night for the first time in a little while. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So
how different? I gotta ask because I am out of the loop with it. Is it much different than using like Instagram or Facebook?
I mean, like honestly, I fell off too for a little while, but I would say like my interaction on there when something does blow up is way more than Instagram and Facebook.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like because things
I would have
are
never
just,
thought.
like there's just, it's so weird the videos that like just randomly like just get huge, like millions of views, millions, and people have gotten like insanely big off of TikTok.
No
you know?
way. Like grown just from the app itself.
Yeah, like
wow.
I don't know. There's just so many like up and coming artists that have really kind of sprung from TikTok, and that's why this year I'm really gonna try and make a focus while it's still so popular to like put out things consistently on there, because I think that's the key. But I don't know. I love TikTok. It's awesome. It's so much fun, and when I do get addicted to it, I get addicted to it. So that's why I don't get on a lot. But
I definitely have seen some funny videos just from my girlfriend showing me stuff on her phone, and I definitely, maybe I gotta get out of my rock, and just get out there a little bit.
You should. It could be, honestly, it could be cool. You could post stuff like videography stuff. Like, dude, people love that type of stuff. I don't know. It's cool. You should try it.
I definitely will have to give it a shot for sure. And but yeah, so yeah, I mean, self-promotion, that's a huge thing in what you're doing now, and especially when we're in this limbo time, you know, we're going to be hopefully back on stages soon. I think Dr. Fauci said even live music could come back in fall 2021.
No.
So let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yes, 100%.
But I mean, those things are going to, I express it to people all the time. Like, right now is the time to build your presence, because, I mean, for the people who aren't doing it, you know, they're going to get lost in the dust. But, I mean, the people who are, you know, even making just a little effort, it really, it goes the extra mile.
110%.
So, I mean, we already have one question from Jess Riccardi. What songs are you looking forward to releasing this year? I just want to add on to that. You have already written 2 songs. You're on a writing rampage. And but I mean, personal milestones. I mean, on short term, what are some of them that you want to accomplish for 2021?
Good question. Honestly, like, I've always felt like I've wanted to release more music than I've had out. Like, I've always just felt like I wish I had more music out right now, you know?
Yeah.
So I think my number one goal for music is, while we're still figuring out the world, just getting better at like producing and recording and stuff, and then getting into a schedule of releasing music a lot more often, because I honestly think like now is the time to get it all out there, because when live shows come back around, like hopefully, you know, in the summer or whatever, you know, you want people to like know what you're singing, like sing along with you and stuff like that. So I don't know, I think it's a good time to put out music. People are all kind of just chilling at home, or they're driving in their cars, and they're gonna listen to music in their car, you know. So yeah, that, and I don't know. I'd say that's my number one.
Number
honestly.
one.
Yeah,
well, I mean, that's the most important thing. You're in it for the music.
For real. Yeah.
And do you still find the same love in what you're doing since day one?
Yeah, 100%. I still like have the. Oh my gosh! Yeah. At the end of the day, like, it's like I said, it's like my life. So I really, really, truly do love it. I mean, even when it does get crazy and like, you know, really, really difficult, you just gotta know that tomorrow is a new day. And like, you know, sometimes we all make rules inside of our heads that are like, who are we even listening to? Like, what are these rules? Like, why are we stressing ourselves out for nothing? So yeah, I don't know. I still love it. It's still my thing. So yeah.
That's good. always. I mean, doing it for the passion is the most important thing. Absolutely. So I mean, so you're focused on writing new music. You know, you've accomplished so many things at a young age, and just as somebody who works behind the scenes, What were some of your favorite, prior to COVID, some of your favorite places that you performed throughout the country? Because you've performed across the country now.
Yeah.
Post American Idol. You're out there promoting your own music. Where did you find great reception from people? I mean,
I would say, I don't. It seems like a different life because
does,
last year we did nothing, so I don't know. Well, I would say my two favorite shows I've done since American Idol would be one we did a performance in Seattle, and I mean that was related to American Idol put it together this top 10 huge show, and it was at this space museum. So I got to go around and see all these rockets, and dude, it was epic.
That's cool.
It was so awesome. Seattle is they're really their energy is just super cool. They all were just there for the crackheadness of the entire performance. I loved it. And then I'd say my other one was when we performed actually with Mariah for Mika at the Times Union Center.
Oh that's right. And you and I forgot the name of the band, but you played with a backing band with Zane, I want to say his name is, or
I'm thinking.
Are
you talking about the Times Union Center?
Yeah, Times Union Center.
I think for that one I had my I had just my backing band.
Oh, your backing band.
But
okay.
Are you thinking of Refrigerators or something like that?
Not the Refrigerators. Oh, they're younger musicians. I should know the name of these guys.
Not Jocelyn and Chris.
Not Jocelyn and Chris. Blonde hair guy, drummer. I can't think of his name.
Oh my gosh! Are they a rock band?
Yeah, rock band from the area. Yeah.
Who are you talking? Because I've played in rock bands before, and I don't know. You're not talking about number two?
Not number 2. I can't believe I'm even dropping the ball on it.
Me too. I'm which one?
But yeah, I guess, performing at the Times Union Center, what was your first show that you saw there? And, being on that stage, did American Idol prepare you for that, just performing in front of thousands of people, or?
Honestly, I really did. I was I got this, whatever. And then you get out there and it's an entirely different thing. You just, I don't know, on American Idol, at least you're performing one song. And if it's a train wreck, then at least, okay, this is my last time on stage. And it's just one song, But with a concert like that, just you make one mistake, you just have to keep performing in front of these thousands of people who just watched you mess up. I remember I sat down and my outfit had strings on it, and I sat down and I stood up and pulled on all the strings, and it was just so awkward. So I don't know, I'd say it doesn't prepare you for the embarrassingness of it when you make a mistake, but
people, you're somebody, who's going to be, when it comes back, performing 100+ concerts a year. There's room for error, and people recognize that, nobody's perfect. And if I'm being honest, I don't know, seeing, I guess, just musicians recover from something that happens on stage, and how they can just get through it is just, I don't know, in a professional manner, is just mind-blowing to me, because everybody has their eyes on you, and that's got to feel incredible pressure.
Yeah.
But yeah. I guess prior, when you first stepped on a national stage,
mm-hmm.
Did you just leave it all behind you and just let it all out?
I tried to. That was the plan. I really only had up on stage my nervousness and my don't forget the words. That was it. I just you just gotta blank out and just try and stop thinking, and tell the story of the song. And I think if going back to American Idol, that's one thing I could have done more, was to really portray the emotion of songs better and story tell. That's a huge thing now for me that I'm focusing on, and it's changed so much. A lot of people have already said they feel performances are different now, and I feel it's because I'm connecting more with songs and storytelling. So yeah, but I don't know. The rush of it though is what you love as a musician. So it
Definitely.
Sucks to be nervous, but at the end of it, it's dude, that was the most cool thing I've ever done.
It's gotta feel quite a rush. And I play guitar. I'm no musician by any means, but even just it's you blank out. Mm-hmm. when you're on stage, and it's nothing else matters.
Yep. it's great.
That's
it's literally
awesome.
it's why I do it. You know what I mean?
Now, I mean, what music were you listening to before, and did people expose you to other music or genres after the fact?
After like being on American Idol.
After being on American Idol.
Well, before, like, personally myself, I had classified myself as like a country pop musician or an artist, and I really thought that was my lane. And then I went on American Idol, and they're huge on, you know, like, if you don't really know which lane you're going into, like, they'll put a lot of pressure on you to, like, at least figure it out while you're on the show, you know what I mean? They want to have a way to market you. Like,
so there's guidance, you know, at least.
Yeah, a little bit. It's more of like a push to be like, okay, like, we're not going to really tell you how to figure that. You got to figure that out on your own.
Right,
but, like,
yeah.
figure it out. You know what I mean?
Of course,
so
yeah.
I got off the show, and I definitely was more confident in being able to say, like, I want to be a pop artist. Like, I want to, I mean, we call it, like, dark pop, because it's, like, we like I love the sound of, like, a huge pop song, like, and, like, powerhouse, like, vocals and stuff like that. So
yeah, we've
kind of, like, you know, we say dark pop, but either way, like, for the longest time, I felt like if you said you're a pop artist, people don't really take you. They're just like, oh, like, okay, like, you know, like, people don't take you as seriously.
It's just like they group you into this bigger thing, which kind of takes away from what pop is. I mean, pop is just short for popular, but like you said, I mean, even when you say dark pop, would you consider a song like 18 dark pop? Because when I heard you perform it, I was like, wow. This should be playing on repeat on Fly 92, because like it was. I mean, I don't listen to a lot of pop music, but like I could appreciate at least what it must have felt to be 18 and just like it's a really great song.
Thank you.
I really highly suggest everybody listen to it because it seems like it came from the heart.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think especially coming into, I think a lot of pop artists too, the why we get grouped into like you're not really like a real artist is because a lot of people just like they just sing and then they sing to a track like that producer makes and stuff. And I think bringing the element of one, like being able to produce and record on your own, and also being able to play like instruments and be able to perform in like real life. Exactly. I think it kind of is, I just want to show people like, hey, like you can still be a pretty cool musician but you can still be a pop artist, and it's, you know, you can still be like, you know, a musician. So yeah, I don't know, I think that's a cool thing that I'm trying to just spread is like, you know, pop it doesn't mean that you're a fake artist, or it doesn't mean that you don't, you know,
write your own
have your own identity as an artist. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, yeah. I
mean, you're representing more than just, you know, a label or a management group. You're representing yourself. And I gotta ask, because I didn't even know you played keys, and did you learn how to play piano before guitar, or
I started with classic piano lesson.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was super young, when I was like 6, we started piano lessons, and then a year later I was like, all right, I want to also learn guitar, and so we started that, and then for a little while we had a little drum period, but yeah, I didn't have enough time for that.
One-man band, okay.
Oh yeah, oh my God, before American Idol, that was my whole thing was a one-man band, dude. I almost had that, like, you know how have you ever seen like people with like jingles on their feet?
Of course,
like,
yeah. Actually, dude, Sawyer does that.
Yeah, I was almost there. Listen,
really?
I almost got to that point.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but yeah.
That's gonna at least help like with the writing process. I mean, even having classical training, understanding what key you're in, and just matching your voice to it, and setting a tone, whatever the song may be. Mm-hmm. Now, are you writing? Are you picking up a guitar, writing the lyrics to chords? Are you you know, finding a melody and kind of on the piano and kind of developing the basis of the track off that?
I would say right now I've really been in the mood of like finding like starting off with production, honestly, like not even starting off with picking up a guitar and writing it on a guitar, which is usually what I use. Like that's what I did for everything besides 18. But since getting more into like producing and stuff, I really love finding a really awesome like audio sample, and then finding that, and then maybe adding like, you know, chords in from the piano, and that's kind of how I build. Is I really love using like vocal samples that are like chopped up, like, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. I'm really getting into that more, and I think it's just like it's the most fun. It's super cool. It sounds really cool, that's how I started it, really. It's weird because I'm such a sit down and like, here's some chords and I'm going to sing some lyrics, and I still do that, but like,
yeah,
it's just a different way of trying to write songs right now, and it's been really cool. I've come up with pretty cool songs that I'm excited to like put out there eventually, you know?
Yeah,
So,
and I mean,
yeah.
especially with writing, I mean, just even like with playing guitar, like I'll find myself in playing either the same thing or playing in the same key.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure it must help, like getting inspiration from the samples to kind of base an idea off of,
Yeah.
instead of just kind of just going based off what lyrics you have. Does this sound good with it?
Because sometimes, I mean, like I get trapped in like, oh shoot, I'm playing all these songs like the same way, like same chord progression, like nothing's different. And I think the being able to, you know, play around with other stuff besides like actual instruments is such a huge like game changer. It just changes the whole, you know, vibe of the song, I think, and it's cool. It's cool.
That's awesome. That's really cool to hear. And I mean, I'm sure, like I said, it's stuff like this helps out other musicians to kind of figure out, okay, how do I go about this?
Yeah.
Or even just, you know, being comfortable with picking up some and you know. But yeah, let's just go into some questions here. So we got Natalie Davis. What do you want people to take away from you as an artist? That's a great question.
Yeah. Natalie, hey girl, by the way. Thanks for joining. I would say takeaway as an artist. I would say that one, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a guy or like young or old. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you love music and you have that passion and that drive, there's nothing that can stop you. Like, if something gets in your way, just like figure out a way around it. You know, like if that's what you truly want to do, there, you know, you just got to keep pushing. Every day is a new day to like. So I would say just I want to be, I don't know, able to inspire people to just like, don't like give up on that dream if you have, you know what I mean? Like, it's because there's a whole world out there that you can like do epic things with, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much out there.
Of course.
So like, you know, I would say that. And also just I've had a lot of younger girls and stuff like as my fans, and it's been a really awesome thing to kind of try and be something they can look up to, you know, and
I mean, you're definitely a role model. So
thank you. Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to like, you know, spread positivity and, you know, girl power. Not to be, you know, but like, yeah, y'all can do it, and anybody can do it. It's just, you just gotta have that drive. You just gotta push yourself, and you can make anything happen. It's pretty epic. It's cool.
You do. And it all just starts with just having a plan of attack, and I mean, you know, keeping yourself motivated and positive even through the roughest of times. Mm-hmm. So let's see what else we got here. What's your strategy for writing songs? We went into it a little bit already. Thank you for the question, Nick.
Yes.
When you write music, do you focus more on the songs that people can connect with, or do you write songs that people can bop to?
Definitely, I think I tend to write songs that are more personal, like emotional than upbeat songs. Yeah, that's always been a thing for me. I've always felt like I've written too slow of songs. So when I worked with Pat on Roller Coaster Ride, I was like, this song is like a bop, and I'm like here to sing it. I'm like just ready to put something out where people they don't have to like you know listen to every lyric. It's just like, hey, this is a cool song. You know, it's energetic. It's cool.
That's really cool.
I don't even know what the question was. I would write songs more like people are connected to, but yeah.
So, okay, I'll answer another question quick. So, Selena Farr, what is one thing that you hope happens this year? Music, you know, I'm just going to add either musically, anything. It doesn't even have to be related to music.
I would literally just say, like, I hope COVID finally comes to an end. Like, that is, that's the only thing that needs to happen this year, is that there's got to be something. We got to figure it out, you know, or, you know, at least just stay safe about it until we figure it out, you know, just fingers crossed that things go back to normal soon.
Exactly. I mean, there's a lot of people hurting out there just in the live music industry, and it's not just artists, it's people behind the scenes, it's stage workers, it's people who scan your ticket while you're walking into the venue. It's just the funding's not there.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Save Our Stages Act, which just came out, I mean, helped places like the Palace kind of just get through this rough time. And I guess just kind of hopping back into everything. I mean, I guess, we talked about finding balance. I guess, like, what mentors, because you did say you should have a support group when going through something, especially that takes up so much of your time and energy. Like, who was your support group in the process of American Idol, and I guess just like, helping you kind of calm your nerves if you did have any?
I would say, well, my dad and my mom, they were first off, like, they just have been there for me, obviously, literally from the start of my life and from the start of everything, they've been there for me, and having them out there, especially at the end, at the finale, was the coolest thing ever. And I would also have to say, I have, like, I had amazing friends and that are still sticking with me now and, like, support me now, and they organized so much stuff at my school. Like, I went to Shaker High School, and I had friends there who organized, like, all of these, like, watch parties, and, like, my friend Gabe, actually Mariah's brother, Gabe Famika, he, like, he did so much. Oh my God, he made posters, he made everything, dude. It was epic. So shout out to Gabe if you ever watch this. But just I would say family and friends, and then the support of people online. Actually it sounds crazy, but, like, there was so many amazing people who just wanted to support what was happening, and I was just like, y'all are awesome, like, thank you just for making this whole thing even cooler than it is. So.
Random acts of kindness, it goes so far,
exactly.
And that one message could make your day and make you feel just a little bit better. And we actually do have another great question. What is one stadium or arena you would like to play someday, any size?
Oh, that is a good question. So I don't know, honestly. I don't know, what are big, do you know any big, huge, I think of, like, Wembley Stadium. But that's not even in the U.S., is it? Isn't that in the U.K.?
Yeah, UK.
Or something?
Yep,
Okay, yeah,
yep,
but
yep.
I've seen, like, my favorite artists, like, I've seen them, like, post about it, and, like, so then I found out how big it was and, like, how epic it is, and I was like, that is, like, the biggest goal ever. At the end of my life, like, I just want to say I've played there once. Like, I could be opening up for somebody. I don't care. Like, I just want to be there.
That's so cool.
There.
Yeah, Wembley's, world famous arena. Every major artist has played there. Live Aid took place there back in the day, and
Epic.
But yeah, super epic place, and like, kind of like scaling back to more local stuff. You still, you have a massive following, but you still make an importance to stay local and I guess just keep true to everybody who, watched you blow up.
Yeah.
That's I think I love that, because you can never forget where you came from, and especially
100%.
like, the Capital Region's a beautiful place, and beautiful venues, and you've done everything from playing at Hudson Valley for the graduation ceremony, doing stuff like the Palace sessions.
Yeah.
I guess it's just, when you made that huge leap, you're on the show. Coming back home, were you being tutored throughout the last year of your high school life? Because it was, you just graduated last year, or?
Yeah, in 2020, yeah. They had, like, an on-set teacher, so we had to actually have, like, hours of school every single day. And,
wow.
Oh my gosh, like, so we had to have a specific amount of time at the end of the week. So there were days that we would have to sit in school for, like, 5 hours. And, like, it was just us and, like, the minors and the school teacher who was there. And we would just sit and get our work done. And then we maybe played, like, Scrabble or I don't know, something.
Okay, nice.
And then when I came off the show, I came back and I was going to do half of my senior year online through Hudson Valley. Didn't end up working out. So went back to Shaker. And I think that was the best thing because I wanted to experience that senior year experience,
Of course.
The most that I could have in 2020, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing with a lot of young artists. It's like you miss that opportunity of just being able to hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
That's so important.
I didn't realize how much it does take up my, like, I know I say it's my life, but, like, you don't realize how much it really does, like, take up your life until you're like, oh my God, dude, I haven't talked to you in, like, 3 weeks. Like, oh my gosh, so.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you balance, your time with, like I said, like, with work, which is this, and then with
of course.
personal life and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly, and yeah, I mean, just even with what you're doing now, I mean, it seems like you're dialed down, you're focused on what you have planned, and what you want to do for your fans. I mean, but I mean, it's about writing the songs for yourself, right? First, right? Or,
yeah, I guess at the end of the day, really, you do it because you love it, and like you can't lose that. So yeah, you just gotta write stuff that I write songs to let my emotions out mostly, and then obviously just because I love music too. But it's my way to, it's my outlet, and it's super cool that other people have found my music to be their outlet. So
of course,
it's cool.
So with just having the passion, like for myself personally, like I never had another backup plan because I wanted this so much just to be a videographer. Was there prior to where you are now, did you did you want to go to school for something, or did you have an outside passion other than music?
Honestly, like no, not honestly, not really. Like,
okay,
like
so you're focused.
Yeah, my whole dude, I relate to. I remember, like, I don't know if you ever heard this quote, but it's like, don't make a plan B because it takes away from plan A. I don't know if you've ever. But when I was a kid, I heard that and I was like, dude, like that is like that. I don't know. I vibe with that, and so then I don't know. I've always been really, really focused on just, I don't know. This is, I guess, what, I don't know, God put me on the earth to do is just spread music. Not even the fame or like any of that. Just to be out there and put music, or just be a part of the whole music thing is just what I feel like, I don't know, I'm meant to do. So here I am, just doing it. Just doing it.
So you said you play with a backup band. Do you usually play with the same artists so they're familiar with what you play, or does it switch, or do you have like a second or third option if somebody can't make it, or?
Yeah. We I usually play with the same group of people, and I've known most of them for a very, very long time. So it's been awesome to and they know all of the music, and I just let them know if we add a new song to the set. And then if somebody can't make it, then we have to figure out a backup person, which usually, there's no shortage of talent in the area, for real. Like, there's so many talented people. You just gotta look around and dig a little bit, but you can find it. And so it's really cool to play with people who are local too, and who are just in it for I've played with people who aren't, and they're just there to be a session, like a musician, to get paid and go, and
of course,
it's not the same thing. So it's cool to be in a band with people, or at least have a backing band of people who I know are just as passionate about music as I am. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's good. Let's see, another question. We do have a huge jam band community here at Mirth Films. Mike Kane asked, do you like any jam bands like Twiddlefish or Grateful Dead, or I guess do you have any maybe genres that you listen, or genres or artists you listen to that somebody wouldn't even realize that you like?
I honestly, dude, first of all, I know who Fish is, but that's about it. I don't know Twiddle. I've definitely heard of the Grateful Dead too, but I guess the only thing really is I used to play in a rock band with and it was like we used to just play like Guns N' Roses, and
that's awesome.
Dude, it was like epic. It was like all big like rock classics. It was just so epic. And when we used to play at these like little bars and stuff, and like this was way before American Idol, and that is what I remember. And it's just like those times were like a blast, dude. Just like playing music for people who didn't know who you were, and just like being there and getting them excited for it too, and just being there as human beings, not like, oh gosh, like I know you from American Idol, like, oh, you're just a cover band, who does rock, but it's still cool, I think that's like the thing that a lot of people I tell, and they're like, oh, you're in like a rock band, like that's, I don't know, because I'm so far removed from rock now that it's like, what the heck? But
it's cool. Music's music at the end of the day,
for real.
And no, that's awesome. I guess something I also did want to ask you. You do put out cover songs too of some of your favorite artists. Yeah. Does that keep you inspired? Why do you what makes you want to do that?
Honestly, especially up and coming artists, like watching them do their own thing is so inspiring to me. And a lot of people write epic songs that haven't been discovered yet. You know what I mean? So I always love including artists in my set who people don't usually listen to, and I'm like, just want to turn people on to that. And, also just because, I don't know, you can't always have an original. So, and people know covers, so you just do covers as I don't know, it's just a thing. And I love to sing, so I don't know.
I mean that's great. I mean it is cool. Like even like musicians I listen to myself, like when I hear them play something that I didn't even know they liked, I was like, oh wow, it makes me connect with them a little bit more, you know.
For real, yeah.
That's cool. So just a couple more questions before we wrap up some things here. So I guess what would.
Sorry, Darcy.
No,
hey, she's
okay.
my sister. Hey, girl. Hey, Darce. Thanks for joining. I know she said something about my lashes. I know she did. I don't know what it was though.
Oh, that's funny. So yeah, what would you do if you weren't singing? Well, I mean, you didn't have a plan B, right?
Yeah, I guess it would be nothing.
That's funny. So okay, would you want to perform on the Kelly Clarkson show? Did you communicate with any of the past American Idol finalists?
Well, not necessarily communicate, but I did get to see, like, backstage, I got to say hi to Carrie Underwood.
Wow.
Literally,
oh my God.
and like, Alejandro and Lane, the first place and second place in my season, they were, like, next to me, and they were like, oh, hey. And I was, like, sitting there, like, shaking. I was like, how are you guys, like, not literally, like, dying right now?
Yeah.
She was so epic, yeah. They have a really, like, I don't know, everybody who's on American Idol seems to just always stay connected. I haven't had the chance to talk to many other people other than that, but they're very close there, you know, like, they all stay connected. It's really cool. Hopefully I can come back one day and be like, hey, guys, I hope, like, I can join this little alumni group you guys got going.
Yeah, absolutely. And, okay, yeah, I mean, Carrie Underwood, she is a big inspiration of yours, or?
As a kid, yeah.
As a kid.
I grew up listening to her stuff, a lot of country, actually.
Really?
Because of my dad, yeah. He put on country all the time, and so that's where, like, the whole country thing stemmed a little while ago. And then I was like, you know, I love country, but I'm not a country artist, you know, so.
I look at her as, like, one of those powerful women that give women a voice and lay down a pathway for other people to follow, because, I mean... You need people like that.
You do, yeah.
She's just so many amazing things, and I guess just kind of wrap things up. What can people expect from you for the rest of the year, and what should people look out for Madison VanDenburg?
I would say until the world starts to go back to normal, live streams are probably going to be the new normal for us for the next a long time, but. I also am really, really excited, like I said, to be really diving into putting out music consistently. And like, they have been so patient with me putting out music. Like, I had like 2 songs out before I was on American Idol, and then I released one after. Like, it was just we had to, like, get going with it. So they've been so patient. So
that's good.
I'm just excited to put out more and that and. Yeah, it's really going to be like a social media year, I think. You know, there's not much you can do in person. So until we can go, like, on tour and see you guys in person, it's all going to be online. And so just stay updated on that stuff if you guys want to keep updated with what I'm doing. Just
stay up to date
on social media. Follow
Madison on TikTok.
Yeah, for real.
Instagram, Facebook. I'm guessing all the streaming platforms people can find your music.
Yes, yep.
Roller Coaster Ride was literally just released in the past couple days.
Yes.
It's an upbeat song. Again, 18, please go check out that track. It is awesome. And
Thank you.
And also, tonight at 7 p.m., Palace Sessions with Madison VanDenburg, Mariah Formica, and Sawyer Fredericks. All the money raised goes right to the Palace Theater. We're keeping their doors open. Madison, again, thank you so much for stopping by. It's just great to have somebody like you on the podcast for people to kind of just learn from and get your expertise on what it's like being a singer and songwriter in 2021.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me on. This was so much fun, and oh my gosh, anytime. It would be so awesome to, for real. Thank you.
Sounds great. I'm sure we'll see each other eventually. Behind the scenes working. It's a small community here in the capital region, and everybody knows everybody. And again, There's so much local talent here, and people like Madison really show that as long as you put your mind to it and are hungry about what you do, go and follow your dream. There's no reason to contemplate it. But this has been episode 10 of From the Office. I'm Frankie Cavone. As all of you, again, you can go to mirth-films.com for all the latest entertainment and live music news. Find all of our old episodes on the website. Again, you can watch it live like you are right now on YouTube, Facebook, listen to it on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. But thank you again, Madison. It's been a lot of fun. And tune in again. Episode 5 of Palace Sessions.